Hi everyone, welcome back. Like, if you forgot, I'm going to start doing Friday streams in the living room temporarily. I just don't know how long temporarily. I have to watch Friday Night Smackdown on a UK server in the meantime, so I'm just thankful I get to watch it. Relax, Ma, it's a few seconds late, that's why. No, they don't have Ricochet on there, no. That's not him, Mommy. Why would they have Ricochet in the intro if he's in AEW?
It's a huge night of action ahead on Friday Night Smackdown. In-ring history runs deep in this city, and tonight we're going to add to it. Look at the scene inside the First Horizon Coliseum. Burrow. It's been nearly 4 weeks since Tiffany Stratton defended her title at WrestleMania. Now comes an equally tough task. For 153 days, Nia Jax was the champion.
Yeah, she kind of looks like a little bit like a wreck, but I'm just saying it, trying to say it in the nice way possible, though. But I love that shirt either way.
Who has defended this championship 3 times already? Jax, tipping time for the championship tonight as we're on the heels of the shocking events that took place just 6 days ago at Backlash.
I don't know why they changed it. I don't know why they changed their match to now, but was it always going to be on Friday, or did I miss something? Because I thought it was going to be like at a pay-per-view, but I guess not. Because I looked at my, my wrestling news sources, and they said, oh, recently they'll change Tiffany and Nia Jax match to today instead of a pay-per-view like I thought. And I was like, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. But hi everyone. My day has been fine. I got to reset it. How it has to be. Like, no, I can't, so don't even start with it. Nothing got started yet, so like I don't know why you're getting so angry for. Like you can't expect it to work the first few minutes, Mommy. That's when everybody's getting on here. You don't understand. Yeah. No, you don't, because you expect it every time it goes up. Like, hey, like you really can't expect much from this. Okay. It might mess up for a couple minutes because that's how it always is on the first few minutes. Hello, Silas Fairbanks. Welcome to the PK crew. Thank you for the subscription. What's pink? My shorts? No. They're purple.
to say anymore, except the fact that the old John Cena never would have taken a victory like that.
Hi, Soundwave. Hello, everyone.
What a scene that was in St. Louis.
Well, I'm not used to getting hot. I'm not used to people saying hi.
Jake Tessitore Wade, bearing with you. And it has been an interesting pathway for Solo Sikoa. Ever present by the side of Jacob Fatu in the midst of his championship ascent. Wade then a week ago in Backlash, bringing new heavy muscle to the fold. You know, despite the name Solo, the MO of Solo Sikoa.
My shorts aren't pink. I don't know what you're talking about. They're purple. I mean, maybe they are kind of a purple in a sense. I mean, a pink in a sense because burgundy pink, but yeah, Solo Sikoa. So that means the qualifying match for the men's side is probably now. Oh wait, no, it's not because Solo Sikoa is not even in his fighting gear. So.
United States Championship fatal four-way match. And coming up later tonight, Solo will have a chance to chart his own course. We're only 3 weeks away from Money in the Bank, and it will be a men's qualifier that will feature Solo Sikoa against Big Brother Jimmy Uso and the thrilling Rey Fenix. That's tonight.
Where's Tamatonga? Like, he just straight up replaced him with that. Unless, like, you know, Tamatonga got injured and I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the man who helped keep the United States Championship in this family. My man, JC.
Dude, what are you talking about that's pink?
When Roman
I'm
lost to Cody
Am I
Rhodes
slow
at
and does that mean
WrestleMania,
something?
he ruined everything for my family. He ruined everything. We lost everything.
Hola, ¿cómo
But
está?
now, I'm here to take it
Bienvenidos.
all back. And that starts with me by winning the qualifying match, going on the Money in the Bank, grabbing that briefcase, and then going after the title, bringing it back to this family where it all belongs. And if there's anybody in the back that tries to step in front of me, they will get dealt with by my man JC and the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
I see what you said. I see what you said in Spanish, but I can only respond to that in English. But yes, I am Spanish, but I don't know how to speak it. Hi.
Let's keep it 100. Don't you ever get this thing twisted over here. I told y'all I was bringing the U.S. title to the family.
What is this promo about?
And I told you I was going to
I'm
do
not
it
sure.
with you or without
I have
you.
to assume Solo Sikoa is like, promoting himself for tonight's qualifying match.
If anybody gets in my way, we'll line them up, because I'm going to deal with them all by myself. Because at the end of the day, Jacob Fatu is all gas, no brakes winning. Y'all me? Yeah.
What the?
He knows what you mean, okay? Well, Jacob, don't worry. You got to understand something. The reason I'm doing all of this is because I love you. everything I'm doing is to help. Jacob, look at your shoulder. What is that? That's proof. That's proof of me telling you that I love you, Jacob.
That's not the same. I understand the word. I only understood the word English.
You remember that thing you used to tell me all the time?
Yes, I speak English, but I'm Spanish.
Every minute of the day.
I don't know. I only know basic Spanish. I don't know fluent Spanish.
How did you used to say it? What was that? I love you, Solo.
Less enthusiasm now. Finally, DJ said something I actually understand. And no, forget it. I don't have an OnlyFans, so go over there if you want to look at something pink. I'm sure there's lots of pink stuff on OnlyFans.
Tell everybody how you used to say it. Who do you love, Jacob?
LA night. This is how it has to be, unfortunately.
Trust me.
Yay, Christmas.
Oh, you didn't hear that y'all's gonna be out there. Yeah, nobody's gonna be allowed inside.
What? Who approved us?
Dorothy, you'll be back here watching with me? Have fun.
Unfortunately, missed.
You guys are first. And then that nasty little bliss.
So this is first up then. I still don't know what Alexa Bliss's deal is though, because she talked to Charlotte Flair last week and we have no idea what that's about. Because why would Alexa Bliss want to talk to Charlotte after what she did to the Lily doll, the first Lily doll?
Women's Money in the Bank qualifier, Michin, and Alexa Bliss next.
I feel bad for ignoring you, so I'm gonna just get my tablet so I can Google Translate
On
stuff.
June 7th, Los Angeles hosts two epic events. WWE Worlds Collide featuring Triple A Lucha Libre. And WWE Money in the Bank.
The opportunity of a lifetime.
Rise above the rest. WWE Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank in Los Angeles, June 7th. Individual event tickets on sale now.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Okay.
Sunny days call for Sun Cruiser Vodka Iced Tea. Made with real iced tea and real vodka. Refreshing and goes down smoothly. Let the good times cruise with Sun Cruiser. Everything you were, everything you've done, has come to this. You gave me aircraft carrier. PG-13.
Hi, I'm Premium Wireless, $15 a month at Mint Mobile. Why Premium Wireless for $15 a month? Think, why not Premium Wireless for
You
$15
meowed at
a
me.
month? Who am I kidding?
Never heard that
Premium
before.
Wireless for $15 a month will always Premium Wireless for $15 a month. And sometimes, Premium Wireless for $15 a month every time. No points for subtlety, right? Let's be
Oh,
honest.
you're asking me
Premium
what my
Wireless,
yellow thing
$15
is.
a month.
It's
Am I right?
Pikachu, the
Let's just
Pokemon.
stop having AI write these, okay, guys?
But not a lot of people know that. I don't know what is Zelda.
Has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, 360-degree swivel head, things up along baseboards, and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket. Swiffer power mode.
Welcome to the Hollow Tree, where since the dawn of matching, we've baked EL fudge cookies deliciously the same. Fudge on a biscuit. That looks
I just always have a plushie whenever I live stream.
EL fudge choco vanilla cookie.
This is the one who helps everyone stay safe. An unsung everyday heroes. It's just how he likes it. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Poshmark is the perfect side hustle. It got me through
I did
school,
my
a new job, and getting into my first apartment. There's so much I can sell. And now listing is even easier with Poshmark's Smart List AI feature. I just take a pic and let Smart List do the rest.
Suave.
I love it.
My world is in constant motion. The gym, the airport, the spotlight.
You're what? I know the first two words.
I'm able to slow things down. You're a dream that moves with me, stretches as I stretch, and keeps me steady through it all. So even though I'm always on the move, it's the comfort of dreaming that keeps me grounded.
So you're not alien anymore?
There must be some way to get my alien energy back.
Oh.
I'm a basic bitch. Listening to season 26 on USA.
Am I watching Smackdown? Yes. Yes, sir, ma'am, or they, them.
Hey, what a stretch coming up in Tampa. WWE's coming to Tampa, Florida, beginning next Saturday for Saturday night's main event. That's Jimmy Uso and Logan Paul. WWE Battlegrounds on May 25th. Raw will be there as well in the midst of that 4-day stretch. And NXT on May 27th. Individual event tickets are on sale now via Ticketmaster.
Okay, sir, because I don't discriminate on gender on this channel.
Alexa Bliss running in for the Money in the Bank. She's running 2018. That same
What
night,
happened so far?
successfully
Nothing. They're about to start the first qualifying match. They're about to start the first qualifying match for the women's Money in the Bank briefcase, and that's the first match. What?
Alexa Bliss is a doll.
No, mommy, really?
I like the first one.
No, I don't. I love the new one.
No, I like the
No,
first
I like the new one.
I like the first one better.
No, I don't. The first one was ugly. I only love the first one because it was original, but otherwise it was ugly. I love the little
This one's ugly.
No, it's not. You've never seen it close up. You're a dumbass. Like, you think it's ugly. Have you seen the details on that doll? They have a lot more significant details than you think. There's a 6 in the eyeball. There's a 6 in the eyeball, and I bet you there's a lot of other Bray Wyatt / Wyatt 6 tributes on it. Too bad that dog costs like $70, but I'll make it a priority to get it someday. Michin ain't wearing nothing. I mean, Michin ain't winning nothing. What am I saying?
I like her.
Wearing.
No, she's not.
I'm funny.
She's gonna win something one day.
Yeah, you wish you wasn't wearing nothing.
This guest unanimously pledges allegiance to Chelsea Green.
I tell you this, I love like, you know, Chelsea Green's. I love Chelsea Green's little morning like, you know, attire, because she's not wearing her US get up no more, and she's in mourning because she lost it. But I'm a sucker for black anyway, so. What shirt am I wearing? I'm wearing a Drew McIntyre shirt. You know, the shirt that he had when he wasn't crazy and he actually won stuff. But, you know, he's still a wild card. So. I need to translate what you said.
Here we go. We are underway, and right away, Chelsea Green eats a kick from Michin and is rolled out, and these two are just high-fiving and laughing at her immediately. What a great start by Michin.
And Michin has got plenty of bad blood with Chelsea Green going back to their feud over the United States Championship that you mentioned earlier, Joe. I'm sure she enjoyed that shot to the jaw of Miss Chelsea Green.
Michin's never competed in a Money in the Bank ladder match.
It's the only WWE shirt I have, because at the time when I went to my first WWE, you know, live show, they had a selection from Cody Rhodes to Matt Riddle to Ronda Rousey to Drew McIntyre to Roman Reigns. Those were the only shirts, like, you know, still on the stand, and I didn't know what to get really, because even though I love Matt Riddle more at the time, his shirt was so plain. Those 420 shirts are like so basic and stuff, and I'm like, that's cool for some people, but I can't be that basic. So when Drew McIntyre was a babyface and all, I got this shirt because I thought that was the coolest one out of all of them, because all Ronda Rousey had was, like, you know, just her name, like, you know, on her shirt or whatever. But the other shirt was a Cody Rhodes shirt, but I just didn't want to have, like, you know, his logo just right there. I wanted to get like, you know, one that had his face and his logo, not just his logo.
She sends Green back in, and Bliss wants to get after Chelsea Green, and now all of a sudden they're not on the same page at all. Oh, and here comes Green! Takes them both out!
Alexa Bliss bipolar.
Women's Money in the Bank qualifier triple threat match from here in North Carolina.
Commercial. No, commercial, mommy. Just that on the UK server, they don't do commercials.
And Alexa Bliss, even though they were both going for the early wins, there was definitely teamwork against Chelsea Green. All of a sudden, the first moment there was discord with their communication as to how they're handling Chelsea Green. Green took advantage.
Yeah, and I call that justice. What a disgusting start from Michin and Alexa Bliss.
It's the leg, able to get that shoulder up as Bliss.
Taking advantage of that.
I kind of want Chelsea Green to win, only because she was funny last year when she was in the match with Tiffany Stratton. Remember when Tiffany Stratton and her were the runner-ups, and then Tiffany Stratton won? But I think everybody at the time wanted Chelsea Green to win for a funny reason, just because it was funny. But I want to see Alexa Bliss a little back.
Chelsea Green had no time to prepare whatsoever for that last week. This week, clearly a different story.
And the shoulders up at the count of 2. by Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, because she's like, you know, she's back to being possessed. At the time she was. At the time she did therapy, so she was like a little bit cured at the time, but she relapsed.
I am a journalist and a presenter and a broadcaster is what I am.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss relapsed, as you would say.
You're a hater, Joe Tess. You hate the good stuff, and Chelsea Green is the good stuff.
Slamming into the barrier, she's been in complete control of Alexa Bliss.
It just feels right when Chelsea Green is running things around here on the blue brand. Nicole, this is worst nightmare.
Yes, in terms of
the therapy sessions on WWE were always hilarious, though.
Squeaky wheel does
Only because they always brought the same ass actor who did all their, like, you know, therapy sessions.
And that's consistently been Chelsea Green's biggest problem, distractions at the worst possible moment. And that has just opened a huge doorway. Oh, or has it?
Immediately.
Shutting that doorway back off just as Alexa Bliss looked to get a little momentum.
That shirt that Chelsea Green has, I kind of will be planning on getting it soon because I think I'm starting to, like, you know, plan cosplays and I think, like, you know, for the summer I'm just going to do two hell-of-a cosplays. I have, like, next month I'll do Queen Bee, and in August or July, it depends, either one. I'll do Luna cosplay.
To get the night started here on Friday Night Smackdown.
I'll just do a bathing suit Luna cosplay.
Chelsea Green.
After that, I promise I will go back to doing husband cosplays.
On June 7th.
Featuring one of the toughest women in the division at home in street fights. Well,
are you gonna say something interesting, or are you just gonna just keep spamming the same thing and just deleting them as if I didn't see anything? Because if so, kindly leave, or I'll make you leave.
With that long back attack of Michin. Cannonball right in there.
Inching closer to victory and qualification for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
She's never competed for it, but kick out at 2 by Bliss. And right back on top of Chelsea.
Yeah, sometimes the stats don't tell the full story with a superstar. The fact that Michin has never held gold here in WWE, or indeed been in a Money in the Bank ladder match, is quite simply astounding.
She was looking for 8 defeat. Chelsea now right in the center of the ring. Not a good position to be in, but instead gets out of the way, and Bliss takes the big boot. Now all 3 of them are down. The double kick to the head.
You didn't say a single nice thing about Chelsea Green bobbing and weaving.
But she got out of the way.
Dodging and diving.
Excellent defensive movement by Chelsea Green.
Finally, a compliment. You'll go far in this game, Joe Tess, if you carry on like that.
Look at this scene here in Greensboro. Over 12,000 plus packing the First Horizon Coliseum, and they're already chanting, "This is awesome." The kind of competition that
Princess Leone, she's fine. She, as of 3 days ago, she's officially a 4-monther.
We've seen in the past, duking it out with Miss Chelsea Green.
Alexa able to parry the
and
punch
she's
and
starting to have her first tooth grown in. She's starting to have her little first lump in her mouth.
Out of nowhere comes Michin.
The inherent problem with a triple threat match.
She's going for a prettier. She's going
Do
for
I
a
watch
prettier.
PLEs? Yes, I do.
Instead, it's a defeat.
Of course I
Chelsea's in
do.
trouble for the win.
What kind of WWE fan would I be if I didn't watch pay-per-views?
Another second away from qualification there for Michin.
Bliss. Oh, tornado DDT on Michin.
Spike right on the top of the cranium. The brain completely scrambled for Michin.
No offense, Alexa Bliss, but you might as well just take your hair out since it's getting loose in those pigtails.
Favorite drop zone. The return of Alexa Bliss, and it comes with Twisted Bliss.
Okay, so Alexa, oh no, she's gonna steal. She's still. I know it would. I know it would be. Oh no.
Is Chelsea gonna do it? Bliss pulls out
Oh wow.
Rey was too busy celebrating.
I really thought.
Chelsea thought she was in position to win.
I really thought that Chelsea would win just because. Just because she was funny last year, but nah, this is Alexa Bliss's year. You had your chance. No, that was a fun tease right there. Back to your question, do I live stream during PLEs? Yes, I do. It's just that, unfortunately, like, that's when people don't, that's the time people don't watch my live streams, honestly, and, like, you know, like, even though I do it, I like, question, like, should I really be doing it? Because it's not like much people watch my live stream during pay-per-views. Because I figure like people just want to watch pay-per-views on their own, and I'm like, fine, okay. I'll still live stream pay-per-views either way, but I don't expect a high view rate whenever it's pay-per-view times. Yes, Alexa Bliss won. But they teased Chelsea Green for almost winning, which I appreciate.
Alexa Bliss just earned her way to her fourth Money in the Bank. Of course, won it in 2018, presented in 2021.
1, 2. There's six girls. Well, 5 now. five spots to go.
Of course, recently we have seen this tag team division that has been red hot at Smackdown. Recent weeks, the red hot arrival, fraxiom, getting everybody's attention. Last week, they made a huge statement, a non-title win against the current champion.
Stronger Together is brought to you by Progressive. Get even more savings when you bundle your boat, RV, or motorcycle with Progressive.
It's okay. No. It's okay. No pressure to follow me, like subscribe to me or not. But I appreciate it anyway. Thanks for the subscription, Slave. Welcome to the PK crew.
I can't think of a better opportunity than to face the street profits.
Oops, it froze.
Right now.
I'm saying this as kindly as possible. My job as a YouTuber who's doing this as a hobby is not to please everyone. I'm doing this pleasantly for the joy of me, and just doing it because it's something I love. I did YouTube for 2 reasons: to show cosplay and to do whatever it is I love and post it. And it worked out for the most part. Frozen. Yeah, this live stream is frozen. I'm saying the server that I'm using. Yep, it's right straight to another match. It's Fraxiom versus DIY because they attacked both Motor City Machine Guns and Fraxiom last week. But at least, like, you know, I could fix the stream while there's a commercial. Of course I can name out everyone, but the whole point of a watch party is to watch it with me too. So. I'll do it anyway.
The personalized solution so you can rise above the rest. Horizon Business has you covered in more ways than you think.
Big news! All-you-can-eat wings and fries is back at Buffalo Wild Wings with boneless and traditional wings. And I'm gonna eat loads of them. Truckloads of traditionals, boatloads of boneless, or truckloads of both because it's all you can eat and I don't have to stop.
Today,
Anxiety. That stupid song.
Destination Bloodlines. Get tickets now.
I swear if Dochi don't win something at the AMAs, if Dochi don't win an AMA till on the 26th, I'm gonna be mad because I have listened to that song too many times for her not to be nominated for something.
I'm gonna watch the putt.
I don't have Smackdown channel, only Netflix. Yeah, I feel you. I'm in the same situation. At least for Smackdown, I can't pay my live TV service for a little bit of time, so temporarily I had to go on a UK server. Only on Fridays though. As far as Mondays, I got Netflix already up, so I got every other streaming service except for live TV, because live TV is more expensive than and all the other live stream, like the streaming services combined.
So it puts less stress.
Well, actually combine every streaming service together and it kind of makes the same price as live TV, but it's just stupid that
Everyone's getting that new Simply Safe outdoor monitor.
it's just stupid that streaming services are separate.
Stop. This is Simply Safe.
Whoa! I didn't even see those guys. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
I graduated from Southern New Hampshire University. I always said I would go back to school when I had time. I went on our website, I spoke to an admissions counselor, we applied right then and there.
That's when the journey really begins.
Going through the program, having the support that I had really helped me understand what I can accomplish.
And I learned this just by
It's okay. I have to respect that some people who show up on this stream is not watching the show with me, and so I have to be a little descriptive on what's going on. But I can't be too descriptive because that's basically a little bit of I'm playing with copyrights a little bit, so I can't give away that much. But I can I can say stuff you missed, and obviously what stuff is going to escalate to what.
There's something special who's gonna happen. That is the best feeling in the world.
AGT, May 27th on NBC and Peacock.
Because if it was up to me, I would totally show the show right now. But the YouTube police will be on my ass, so I can't.
They have quickly established themselves as the top contenders here on SmackDown.
Why? Of course, I would phrase right when the match is about to start.
They told me quite specifically the speed of thought of Fraxiom is not as fast as their speed of body movement, and that's where mistakes are bound to creep in, and you simply cannot
play the
afford
2K
mistakes
video
against
games.
fence
Nah, I
race
don't.
like Ciampa and Gargano.
The only 2K we got.
And there's the speed turning into
The only
power
2K
right
we
away.
got is the one my brother plays. He plays NBA 2K. But as for me, I don't play any of that. The only game I play is Apex, really. Yeah, but that to be the best logo. Do it yourself. I like their smiley face logos, like Tommaso Ciampa's and also Johnny Gargano. I like Johnny Gargano's the most because I would actually put that like on a pair of shorts or something. If he made like patches, I wish WWE could make something like that. They can make glue patches of those, and then I would totally put it on some jeans. Randy Orton is on Smackdown or taking a day off. Randy Orton is gone for a little while.
Well, that was inadvertent from Gargano climbing up in the ring. You could say it was a fraccident. If they really like a pop.
Oh, now a huge clothesline!
It'll be quite a while before we see any top stars really, except for Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins and CM Punk are the only two I would say will be focused on as of now because the rest of the weeks it'll be all about qualifying matches for Money in the Bank. So I would assume they try to focus on those matches instead of just the main storyline matches that were happening before.
As you see, DIY celebrating their work.
How smart was
enjoying things
by DIY? Get yourselves the up.
Take a golf. This stupid live stream. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna miss most of the matches, but I can kind of already tell the results. I can already tell the results based on who's fighting, and it's gonna be probably Fraxiom because they still need to promote themselves on this brand. Because I think they'll be the next runner-ups to face the Street Profits. Since they were the only team who beat them fair and square.
Difficult to get a turn of speed when you can't even get yourself up to a vertical place. This has changed in a big way. What a tactical masterclass by DIY.
No, thank you. I try to be as informative as possible because if not, I'm just going to be very vague, and that's not good. Do you think a third member will join Seth and Braun? Yes, I do think that. I just don't know who. Many think it's Austin Theory. Some like myself think it's Logan Paul. Only temporarily because, like I said, Jey Uso needs someone to fight. But I don't think it's gonna be him because nobody likes Logan Paul. But what do I think Seth gave Braun assigned to do? I have no idea. As far as I know, his first assignment was to attack Jey Uso, and he did. So
a lot of online discourse about
anything else we have to find out.
Well, I'm certainly not ready to go there yet. We're going to learn everything the hard way here on the Blue brand, especially in such a competitive division.
I would agree with that assessment. You can't be throwing around best tag team in the world. You can say the tag team that perhaps has the most current momentum in recent weeks.
I'll tell you right
now, streak going.
I agree with you. Guys like DIY, who are now doing a complete number behind the referee's back. Guys like DIY, who have done the hard yards, who have been to the top of the mountain, it just gets their backs up when the shiny new toys out of NXT getting spoken about in the same breath as the greats like DIY. And this is punishment time now.
And thus what we saw a week ago, the reaction on Smackdown backstage.
Well,
by DIY.
I smell a lot like laundry linen because since our washing machine is broken, we have to start doing laundry at a laundromat. So I smell like good linen, and I love the smell of laundry soap and all. It's just that I hate spending like 2-3 hours at a laundromat because when we had a washing machine, all I had to do was just put the clothes in and then just leave it alone for hours, and then I could just, take it and then put it up on the drying rack. But now I have to wait for drying.
After fraxiom came up with a big non-title win against the Street Profits. There's the tag they needed, and here comes Nathan Frazier.
Well, a sudden turn of speed here for fraxiom after Axiom was getting paintbrushed for the last 5 minutes. Finally, the freshman in, and the complexion totally different now.
Frazier's on fire.
Hell, you wish it was $40.
Forwards it and puts down Gargano.
Rolling with pace, lost his
shooting star. Puts the leg. And Johnny.
And I have to go back tomorrow too.
Frazier just moving around like a blur in this one.
I have to go back tomorrow too because now that we got all our clothes washed, we need to get our blankets washed because our blankets definitely smell, and I want to have nice smelling blankets for the first time in months. So.
He's lining it up, looking for a finish, but lands on his feet. Gargano delivers a huge left hand.
Because even when we had a washing machine, I would only wash my blankets maybe 1 month after I actually washed them, because that's how long the soap lasts in the cuito that I have. That's Spanish for quilt.
Oh, and coming in and saving things was Axiom.
Back from the death, just at a crucial moment there. We talk about the momentum that Axiom have got. The last thing you want is to take an L here and lose it all.
Crossbody flying out onto the floor from Gargano. Project Ciampa delivered. Oh, and somehow, Nathan Frazier finds a way to get that shoulder up.
What a devastating connection. Take another look at how high Nathan Frazier bounces off the knees of the Project Ciampa. How the hell he kicked out there, I have no idea.
What's he doing with his knee pad there?
Dropping it down, and now about to drop the hammer with the exposed knee. Oh, knee straight to the buckle. No protection whatsoever. Huge regret there for Ciampa.
Exactly.
Gargano delivers the big boot.
We could just save time and only dry half of our clothes, because we have a lot of drying racks here at our house, and we could dry half at the laundromat and just hang the rest here. But it's why bother if there's dryers right there,
As he sends him flying. Takes care of business against Ciampa.
And we can't use the dryer sheets if we don't have a dryer, so that's why. Anything to make the clothes last longer, since we can't go to the laundromat every day. We have to go there maybe every 2 weeks. Yes, I'm Hispanic. Of course, I'd expect them to get chants like this. Fraxiom, I knew about Fraxiom way before they even showed up here. They were supreme in NXT, but they scared me a little bit just because I thought they would break up in NXT. I watched a couple of segments with them, and I thought they were on the verge of breaking up, but I was wrong. Even when they lost their NXT tag titles, they seemed to work it out. I guess WWE decided now they're too valuable with each other, and they'll make a better tag team to put on SmackDown because we're clearly lacking in the tag team department in SmackDown. So this was a good call by WWE.
Instead, the big kick by Gargano. Here's the roll up.
Oh, Axiom. Whoa, he bending that arm back. I could bend. Oh no, you better watch it. Not the Power Ranger mask.
Look at this counter.
That's what you get, assholes. That's what you get, assholes. Yeah, of course. Toxic, salty asses.
And it was such a superb match.
Who is this? Oh, that's Motor City Machine Guns. Yes, Beetle Boys. I'm sorry, I can't remember their names all the time. It's just that they remind me, of a 90s boy band every time I see them. Axiom pinned Johnny Gargano because Tommaso Ciampa wanted to be a dickhead and rip off his Power Ranger luchador mask, and he didn't because Baszler kicked him, and he thought he was slick and he could do a roll up on him, but Axiom did the roll up on him. Ooh, Rey Fenix.
Hey, look, muchas gracias, Andrade. Last week, we did a great job.
You know, maybe we will see each other and not on a top-letter match. You know that?
¿Sabes algo? I had my WrestleMania moment, and I fell. But the fire inside me is burning deeper than ever. I am ready for the next level, and the next level is called Money in the Bank.
Hey, Carmelo! Órale, Carmelo. What's up? Where the hell is LA Knight? No español, right?
No español. Solo Sikoa.
Number triple threat qualified match coming up. Week ago, Nia Jax won a #1 contenders match. Tonight she gets the award.
It was Rey Fenix and Andrade talking to each other. But not Solo Sikoa coming in and they're like, no hablo español.
What a championship ahead. And when we come back,
That was a funny interaction.
an unexpected role at Backlash. You know what happened at the press conference. Wayne Barrett's exclusive one-on-one conversation with R-Truth to get his reaction to everything that happened.
I'm glad they addressed it because I'm like, are they gonna address just R-Truth getting slammed by John Cena, or are we just gonna ignore that until John Cena comes back? And is R-Truth even did he snap out of it, or is he still in denial? Because I said online on Facebook in a comment that he redeemed himself here, but I'm when I really a few minutes after I tweeted that, I'm like, maybe not, because I have yet to see R-Truth rebuttal to this whole situation, so I can't really speak that soon. I shouldn't have spoke that soon. getting hungry though. I might heat up a pizza now because I ordered pizza like maybe 3 hours ago, and I did eat it because I ate spaghettis literally maybe like an hour before we got it. So I'm like, that's something to eat for later. So I'm gonna make one now. R-Truth is going to be important to this storyline with John Cena. Yes, I agree. Now he's becoming important, but did he snap out of it or did he? I'm still like, questioning that. Because honestly, I thought people said what if maybe at Saturday Night Main Event have a match with John Cena, and I was like, oh, that would be cool, but I have yet to see if that's confirmed or not. Because I would love to see R-Truth and John Cena and Saturday Night Main Event, because that's the one place where a match like him and him could happen, because this would never happen on a pay-per-view or a live show. But an underground broadcast version, yes, it can. Because remember, guys, Saturday Night Main Event is just an underground match. It's broadcasted on live TV. Which I will be live streaming. So, join me Saturday too. Wait, no, not this Saturday. Next Saturday. So next Saturday.
Hey, this is great news for Fanatics Fest. It's just announced that John Cena, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Dirty Dom, and Alexa Bliss are going to Fanatics Fest in New York. #1 show for sports fans and collectors. Javits Center, New York, June 20th through the 22nd. And you can secure your tickets now at fanaticsfest.com. How about that lineup in New York?
Wow, look at all that smog. Wait, where are they? I didn't even see where they were. But that's a lot of smog right now.
Congratulations, boys. You're on a roll. PPV I, Pretty Deadly, Los Garza's, and Hurt Not. Glad you got one over on us.
Yeah, I have no idea when Cody Rhodes will come back.
So special that we just left Nick Austin's office, and he has graded you guys on WWE.
I heard some news about Cody Rhodes, but I didn't really check into it. But maybe I should.
But guess what? His best part was what? They ain't gotta wait till Money in the Bank. They ain't gotta wait to Saturday night's main event. WWE Tag Team Championship match next week. So I guess what we have to do. All right. What he's trying to say is, we're really looking forward to this.
Yeah, we're friends now.
We'll be 100%. Hopefully you boys are too. Man, we are speed running this whole thing. We're on a roll. All we have to do next week is go beat him. I think you're right. I'll only get to worry about it. Okay? Let's go worry about next week then.
Yeah.
I have no idea how you even begin to start slowing fraxiom down, but if the street profits can't figure that out by next week, on Smackdown, they will be losing.
So it looks like Fraxiom and Street Profits again. And this time it'll be for the titles.
Mega match at Backlash. Talk about our truth. But always expect
There's a possibility that they could take it away from them, and I don't mind if they do take it away. I just don't know, like, you know, if they want to end it that soon.
I know you're a busy man, so I'm going to get straight to it. The Backlash press conference.
So we very interviewed our truth. This is interesting.
What is going on between the two of you?
Wade, life is tough. Just the constant pressure, man. Career, family, friends, bills. But regardless of what's going on in your world, you could always depend on John Cena. When you feel like you wanted to quit, what did John say? Never give up. You didn't know when it was going to come. You didn't think it was going to happen. What did John say? Your time is now. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Those are not just words, Wade. It's a beacon of light. If John Cena did it, so can you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Truth. Listen to yourself. This sounds crazy. You won John Cena the match at Backlash. You prevented John Cena from being punted. And look how he repaid you. And you want to sing that guy's praises?
Wade, John Cena won that match on his own. You don't know John Cena like I know John Cena. That man at the press conference was not John Cena. The John that I know, he wouldn't turn his back on the people that support and love him. The John that I know,
oh dear,
he wouldn't be talking about ruining wrestling. Put his friend, his brother, through a table? I don't want to fight John. But if I have to beat him back to his senses, then I would do it. I'm going to. I already talked to Nick Aldis. It's set. Saturday night, main event.
Yes, it's confirmed. Yes.
Wait, John is the greatest of all time.
It's confirmed.
Unfortunately, my hero told me
this won't change anything, but yeah.
Never.
I said if a match like this can happen, it has to be an underground match like this. Yep, but he's still in denial. And he'll probably be still in denial after he unfortunately loses.
Loyalty and respect. That's what's up.
Well, Truth, this has been enlightening.
Unless you're right about Cody Rhodes coming back and he actually helps him.
Great job, Wade, and look what's coming our way.
Unless you're actually right about Cody Rhodes actually coming back and helps him. But I don't know. That sounds like, you know, very, like, you know.
John Cena.
That sounds a little too good, too early. I'll get the pizza now. Aleister Black. I hate that they don't do the chain sound effects no more when you're rising up. You're funny if you think that it's gonna be for the title. I love these sesame seeds on the crust. I love these sesame seeds on the crust, but they just overdid it, like, you know, nowadays. I have to scrape some of these sesame seeds off.
Devastating black mass hit. And the results that come with it.
It might as well be a hamburger with all these sesame seeds on the crust. Yes, it's Aleister Black.
Next up, A rematch from last week. Alexa Bliss against Carmelo Hayes. Yes.
Beat that ass. I like the peacock. I like the peacock waiting room music even more though, Ma. Nothing compares to the peacock waiting music. That would be my loving mother. The founder of this family obsession of wrestling we all have. Aleister Black is in a rematch with Carmelo Hayes. Because he fought him last week, but for whatever reason, he's fighting him again. I was surprised though when I called the pizza place. They said the only 2-liter sodas that they had available was Coke, and I'm like, oh what? That's unheard of. What kind of a pizza place only has one soda available? Yeah, I would think so. The Miz will probably interrupt this time, only so Carmelo can have a W against him, but that'll tie them both. And I'm starting to have Andrade and Carmelo, back to back PTSD, because if they're planning on doing the same thing with Aleister Black with him, why did they pair up? Why did they pair up Miz and Carmelo in the first place if it was just going to be a same segment, just different persons? Because Andrade and Carmelo kept fighting back to back, and obviously that wasn't working for him. Carmelo was on the verge of getting fired, I heard, but then they paired him with The Miz, hoping that it would help him, and it did. But if they're planning on making, if they plan on making, Aleister Black keep on fighting Carmelo Hayes / The Miz like this, then nothing really changed.
Saturday night's main event, a simple match won't do it. I want you to hurt real bad. I want you to feel real pain.
What are you looking at, Mom?
I want to bash your face in so bad that the hospital will need dental records to identify you.
Yeah, I'm not saying that the matches were bad. It was just because they were so repetitive, and repetitive stuff can get annoying after a while. It was never about it being bad. It was just how repetitive it was that made it tiresome.
Oh, I love where Priest.
And yes, that too. He especially has no direction if he's doing the same thing that he did before, just with a different person. Making a more like character compete against Carmelo is going to make them be not liked anymore. Because it's only working right now because Aleister Black just came back and he's like, you know, he has a high popularity and stuff, but that won't last that long.
To take my head off and you didn't take it. And that's the biggest mistake in your life. Because now, this beef, it will never end. Okay, it's not over till I win. You in the playoffs now, big dog. Ask the last guy. Because it's Melo over everybody. It's M.O.E. I'm the 10th wonder of the world. I am him.
Who's him?
I am.
Who's him?
I am.
Who's him?
I am. And 1 month ago was your grand opening, and tonight in Greensboro, it's your grand closing.
Hit his music.
You're so proudly boasting at the WrestleMania weekend with that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle of Giants gold head pendant that the Miz gifted him.
We'll be posted for the next 12 months. What an accolade that was for Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, please. Oh, please, look at my plate. There's a lot of them. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but that's all I had to scrape off. This is just what I was okay with eating.
Hey, by the way, speaking of the Miz,
they go crazy with the sesame seeds now, so I have to scrape a few off. But the way I have this sesame seed pizza now, this is like, you know, the right amount that they used to have, but now they just went crazy with the sesame seeds and they just literally kind of dip it into the dough, and I'm like, damn.
this thing was so uncomfortable to me. I mean, he's like a harness for the gray gold medallion. Over 10 pounds.
That medallion is stupid, that's what it is. I like Rey Mysterio 619 chain better than that. And his chain, and Rey Mysterio's chain of his little stick figure doing a 619 is like looks a little bit cheaply made, but I heard it was like, I think $900 the last time I checked, and I was like,
you have to say he was pretty much an equal to Aleister Black.
a stick figure of like, you know, a little version of you doing a 619. Cool, like, you know, looks cooler than big ass medallion of Andre the Giant's face.
We'll mention the fact that the Miz got up on the apron. He's accidentally knocked off his ally. It was Black.
Nice maneuverings there from Aleister Black, stopping short and catching
keep on wishing. Nothing good will happen to Carmelo, unfortunately. I know we don't want it, but the way things have been, it looks uncertain.
First dynamic between these two. Black and oh, he went for Black Mass right away, and Melo.
So we gotta enjoy Carmelo while we have him.
Looks like he's just seen a ghost, and that's not just staring at the bizarre Aleister Black. That Black Mass really is the ultimate one-hitter quitter,
isn't it? It's that time Black was able to deny Melo's effort.
Once again, going for that German suplex. It's clear he...
Oh, he springboarded right into a big boot that he never saw coming.
They're just incredible reflexes, and it's fortunate for Carmelo Hayes that he managed to roll out of the ring on that one.
And here goes, oh, he tried to moonsault, but the Miz threw him back in the ring.
What great.
Oh, and instead
he missed.
Tremendous mentorship there from the Miz, who is truly...
Carmelo missed. Aleister Black had to improvise and fake a fall down.
Melo tries to become the #1 competitor here on Smackdown.
Oh, the Miz helping things out dynamically. as he was able to throw Neville back into the ring, and that left shoulder gets up. Carmelo Hayes, Aleister Black, back in it here at Friday Night Smackdown.
If he wins that, it'll be thanks to The Miz, and it's only a matter of time before The Miz starts feeling some type of way around Carmelo. Because right now, I mean, usually when The Miz helps another person's career advance, he starts to get jealous of them and then betrays them. That's like Miz logic 101.
Well, it's the fact that first of all he's shrouded in a certain mystique and symbolism that leaves a lot of questions in opponents' mind. It's like psychological attack. But the one thing we do know for sure that he is the most devastating striker we have seen in some time here. And the Miz
so I would hope that that would be the reason why The Miz is still sticking around.
Here on SmackDown.
Oh, big knee to the upper
Because when
back.
Carmelo turned babyface and fights The Miz,
Admiring his
hopefully
work.
that would put him back on the chart, you would think. But I don't know. Honestly, I kind of like The Miz when he's heel. So
Carmelo Hayes, and historically it's led to success, but perhaps against someone the caliber of Aleister Black, pump the brakes on that cockiness.
See, there's yelling encouragement.
That's the thing people said too, that they hoped that would happen, that Karrion Kross teams up with Aleister Black, and that's a solid tag team. It's just that they need to lead up to it in a way that makes sense, for people to get behind it. Because it sounds nice on paper, but for it to actually lead up to that, you have to be smart about
Trying to
that.
springboard back in. Carmelo Hayes smart to push him right onto the floor. And with the referee's back turn, Miz goes on the attack.
Well, it pays dividends to have a man as cold and calculating as the Miz in your corner. Carmelo Hayes is certainly no fool. Knock that one out of the park.
Because superstars can clash very nicely all they want. It's just that they have to be brought up in a way that made sense, and also in a way that that shows that they have a reason to be with each other.
To the cover, right back in it. Crossed off, kicked out by Aleister Black.
Carmelo Hayes really, now he has the advantage, needs to start dropping the hammer on his opponent. Take advantage of the advantage that's been handed to you by The Miz.
Yeah, we can only hope, guys. It's too early. It's too early for that though now. The man just came back, so they're still figuring things out.
It is the third match in the return of Aleister Black, who just went up high and leveled Carmelo Hayes with a big kick that sends him to the floor.
I'll tell you right now, when it comes to movements and reflexes, I think Carmelo Hayes and Aleister Black are 1A and 1A when it comes to the SmackDown roster. Absolutely matching each other, but right now it's Hayes in big trouble. He risks of being counted out here in The Miz.
I didn't know that, but I don't know what Karrion Kross's t-shirts look like anyway, so. But that has to mean something if they're
Showing you that speed
top merch.
and that striking ability. The kickboxing and Muay Thai pedigree coming up big for Aleister Black. And the gap in action in WWE from October of 2020 to then coming back and winning on May 2nd of this year.
Right, once again, trying to go for that German suplex is quite simply.
I would be too, because unlike Mr. McMahon, he knows what young people want instead of living in the past like some people upstairs.
By Black, right to the cover.
Aleister Black just rolling now. He got that second wind and he has not looked back. Take a look at this. Sticking it. Landing his feet. And now whirring through the gears on how do you put this cocky youngster Carmelo Hayes away.
You see both of our competitors looking to dig deep in this match now.
That sounds familiar
They're
because
getting
I think I
so
saw
much.
him. I think I saw him on the live stream drawing something like that. Because if you didn't know, when Karrion Kross is not doing WWE work, he does a lot of poetry and art around, like, you know, that have to do with things in his life, and that's, like, you know, always an interesting thing that I always see on Karrion Kross's page, and I love it.
And Hayes is in control.
Finally connected with it, planting face first was Aleister Black.
Oh, what a counter! What a counter by Aleister Black!
Yeah, I understand. I understand why you would say that.
Hayes comes back.
It does be like that most of the time where they put random people together, but to our surprise, it does work out, but not all the time.
Precision right there, and Melo has no idea where he's at. There you go.
Bridging pin attempt.
Oh. Well, that was the move that Aleister Black has attempted several times. Finally, he connects with it. It was a very slow kick out from Melo, but just enough to keep this one
I don't
going.
follow his page. It's just that whenever I see WWE, like, you know, retweet some of the stuff on Twitter, that's what I be seeing, and I'm like, wow, he does a lot of poetry and art, and I'm like, that's nice.
And Nia Jax, but we are in the midst of Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes, the rematch, as the Miz acting as a distraction into the roll-up and able to kick out. And that big knee by Black. And just again, Carmelo Hayes into the cover for the win.
I only follow a handful of superstars, but honestly, I only follow the ones who I love personally. I don't follow every superstar.
He thought that was victory. Well, it speaks volumes to the durability of the Muay
My
Thai
top three
expert,
being
Aleister
Io
Black.
Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton.
This is getting very
I
close
always
to
love
crossing
seeing
the
their
line
pages.
here.
He was highly animated. Carmelo Hayes is getting sick of it.
I think he's saying, listen,
And of
go
course,
up top.
Zelina Vega, because
There's
she
nothing
does a
but
lot of
that.
cosplay work,
He gets pushed
a lot of
back,
cosplay and
disagreement may cost him.
a lot of cosplay and gaming, like, you know, works that she always be
That
doing.
back spinning elbow, a devastating right, a left to the body, a kick down low. But what a response by Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah, Robbie, you keep ticking. No one's going to tick after that tiger knee to the jaw.
And now is this the opportunity that Aleister Black looks for? Yes. Looking to lift him into position for blow. He was going for Black Mass, and the Miz interrupts everything.
Why did you do that?
Well, Miz has essentially saved his mentee Carmelo Hayes from a black mass, and he knows how
Dude, why'd you do that?
He's going for Scott Crusher, but now by a step. The Miz is laid out again, but
Karrion Kross
right
needs
on
to do
the
a
attack
storyline
is
program
Melo.
with
4
Randy
weeks in a row, Miz has
It'll
taken
be
that
intriguing.
black mass. That allowed
I mean,
Carmelo Hayes to clip that knee.
I could have sworn they did, or at least they hinted they would, but I could be wrong.
Of the young cocky pretender that is Carmelo
My favorite
Hayes.
right now, I just said, my top three superstars are Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Tiffany Stratton. As for the men's side, I can't really say because
Well, it's
honestly,
not the way Carmelo Hayes thought this was going to play out.
honestly, I think like the only two that I love from the men's side is Damian Priest and Dominic.
Of the Miz, but it is indeed Carmelo Hayes who stands tall in the aftermath.
So no winner between Black and Hayes, but it's Hayes who stands tall, delivering nothing but net.
Yeah, the Miz interrupted, but I didn't think it would be during the middle of the match. I thought he would do it like, you know,
Became the first competitor to qualify
secretly.
this year's Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. How does it feel?
Amazing. And now my goal is to be the first woman to win it twice. I want to take that briefcase. Sorry, Byron. So sorry.
Charlotte Flair again.
Charlotte? Is that Charlotte?
Yep, it's Charlotte Flair again.
Alexa, what are we doing here? Just wanted to know if you gave any thought to what we're doing about. Yeah, friends. We weren't even that close. No, but when I first came to NXT, no one would give me the time of day, and you took me under your wing, and you were a decent human being for some reason, and I never forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then she destroyed the first Lily doll. She killed the first Lily. That's why you had to make a new one. Julia. Ooh, Julia and Charlotte. That would be a good matchup.
Alexa, Charlotte, be the newest member of the Smackdown roster.
Oh, it's official. Julia's sticking on Smackdown.
Let's you and I talk about money.
Finally, they labeled where these two are going, so that means probably Roxanne is going to be on Raw.
Because I don't need you.
Was Charlotte dynamic, but Julia.
Yep, Charlotte and Alexa round 2.
This guy really still feeling the effects of that one.
I think the last time they interacted with each other was back in 2018 or 19. I'm not too sure. And that was at a SummerSlam. Exactly. That was SummerSlam. Wait, no, it wasn't SummerSlam. It was Extreme Rules. It was Extreme Rules, and they had a match with each other for Charlotte's title, and of course Charlotte won. And then after she won, she ripped up the first Lily doll, and unfortunately, Alexa Bliss did some bad acting, and she put some Alka-Seltzers in her mouth to make her feel like she was foaming at the mouth because she was just so, terrified of and traumatized what happened to Lily. But she forgot to put the Alka-Seltzers under her tongue, and she left it outside her tongue, so we all saw that and stuff. But she played the part beautifully nonetheless. It's just that it was just a major mistake by not having the Alka-Seltzers under the tongue. You can't make mistakes like that in acting. Julia's on SmackDown. This is gonna be insane to see for the big. Yep, I kind of saw this coming because after the match that her Roxanne Perez and Rhea Ripley and Io Sky had, they were seen backstage, but it was off the air, so it was only on the WWE Instagram page. But Julia said there's no we because they lost. She's like, there's no we, there's only me. So yeah, the Julia / Roxanne Perez tag team dynamic looks to be at a stop now, especially now that it's labeled that Julia's on SmackDown. So if Julia's on SmackDown, most likely that means Roxanne is going to be on Raw, which this is great. I remember everything. I have to give intel on things and to enlighten the people who may have forgotten. You can ask me anything that happened around the 2010s to now, but anything that happened around maybe the early 2000s, I would have no idea because I was still little children. I was still little children frolicking around, and I hated wrestling because I thought that was a boy thing. Naomi may not be getting a push right now, but she will. I have to assume that after this match with Nia Jax, they'll either one make Nia Jax have one more chance and face against Tiffany Stratton and Naomi in a triple threat, or two, they just do Naomi and Tiffany just by themselves because she didn't have her chance, so this is her chance. But I'm just saying, like, if Nia Jax is, like, that entitled and that, like, butthurt about losing, if she does lose, then that'll be why.
And tonight is the next chapter to be written between Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. That's coming up later.
Yeah, the main event is that. I still to this day want to buy her suitcase. I want to buy both. Their Money in the Bank briefcases, her and Damian Priest's, because those were like the first custom made cases, and they were the beautifulest ones. This is the first time they did custom Money in the Bank cases, and whoever's the winner, I wonder what kind of design they'll have. I hope they book Julia correctly on Smackdown, build up her until Asuka comes back very soon. Yep. I would love that. Asuka will come back next month. If not by the end of next month, then definitely the beginning of June, because they said she definitely gonna come back around late May or early June. She wants to retire soon to have children, so I think Naomi will get that pushed off. Yep, that's what she said. Naomi says she wants to start to settle down, and I'm like, sure, you've been working long enough to take your time off. I just hope they don't fire your ass like they did Carmella, because it seemed like Carmella, it seems like they were spending like, so much maternity leave on Carmella that they got tired of it, and they're like, oh, she's not doing nothing, so just fire her. That's just the way I felt it was like, but they wouldn't do that to Naomi because Naomi is more popular, and they take pride in favoritism around here, it seems. So
it is later on tonight.
No case, I'll take cash. It's silly. There's no money in that briefcase. There's not even no contract in that briefcase. It's just an empty case. It's just an empty cup, if you know where that's from.
Who gives a crap?
Bianca should be back by SummerSlam. Yeah, she's only out because she broke her finger, that's all. But I think Bianca should be back sooner than we expect. Because a finger broken is not like an arm being broken. That'll, take a couple months. Maybe like 2 tops. Yes, Drew McIntyre, the person whose shirt I'm wearing when he was saying.
Another one of these moments where that hatred, that violence of Drew and Damian Priest, it produced devastating results.
That's only because the way they booked her before she left, which made her look dumb, but she was decently well. I especially loved her when she was with R-Truth. She was very funny. Her and the R-Truth dynamic were the best ones. Do I want to see Julia and Asuka storyline? Yes, I do want to see that, because that'll definitely be something worthwhile to see, because Julia is popular. Well, was popular in Japanese wrestling. He was popular in Japanese wrestling, so just think this, a popular Japanese wrestler in WWE fight a popular woman, a former popular woman from Japanese wrestling who made it onto the same brand. That's like, you know, the best thing ever.
In front of this crowd in Greensboro. Massive crowd. Packed house.
So reach your man or what?
12,000.
Dude, I said that if Jacob Fatu wasn't in this match, then yeah. But since Jacob Fatu is the whole reason for this match, no, I'm on Team Jacob Fatu. All right. Don't worry, I'm on the team heel of Jacob Fatu because I know Jacob Fatu won't be a heel for long. So, but if Jacob Fatu wasn't in this match, you're damn right I'm being on Team Damian Priest. I love my bisexual Undertaker.
Heard what you had to say, Priest.
That's his nickname.
Accurate in that entire video is how much violence we've inflicted.
You never knew that, Bobby? His nickname is Bisexual Undertaker. Damian Priest.
Oh, yeah.
I've been in this vortex for over a year. That so-called Drew McIntyre vortex you're in is the only reason
Rollins.
you're relevant, and the only
Yes, I
reason
do
anyone gives a
still
crap
somewhat
about
love
you.
Seth Rollins. I just, like, you know, I'm just becoming bored of this whole faction that he's doing. Basically, it's a Bloodline 2.0 because I've seen a lot of comparisons on Facebook, and from the stance to the having Braun Breaker as your, like, you know, your errand boy, aka Solo Sikoa, and then having Paul Heyman at your side. You got the same thing the Bloodline has. It's just that you're just being more toxic about it, I guess. But
This is a psychotic level of jealousy. You look at me and you see everything you've ever wanted. I am better than you in every single way. I've got all the accolades. I would have been a Grand Slam champion if it wasn't for you at Backlash. You're trying to take out the competition.
yes, Damian Priest's nickname is Bisexual Undertaker because, you know, he likes it both ways, and his attire and moves are based around the Undertaker, so that's why. And I don't care. I love Damian Priest. He was hot back then, and he's still hot now, even if he does like it both ways.
I'll see you inside that cage next Saturday. And I'm gonna make you a guarantee because when Drew
And he does the cutest. He does the cute.
Only one man is gonna
I wasn't
walk
listening
out
that much
of that
because,
cage.
frankly, I don't care what Drew McIntyre says anymore. I still love his jacket and his kilt all the time, though.
Clouds have converged in his mind, and the only thing that is going to clear them is wiping out Damian Priest once and for all. Never in doubt, Priest. The answer is yes.
The massive headline is now written. May 24th, Saturday night's main event wing. Wow.
A lot of beef, and even more bad intentions.
So that's what's happening. Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest are at Saturday's main event in a steel cage.
And Saturday night's main event inside a steel cage.
Also now officials. We found out earlier tonight, Saturday night's main event live on NBC.
No, you're thinking of Caden and Carter. Nah, they weren't dating. People thought they were because they do a lot of TikTok together, but they ain't. They just besties, like good besties.
CM Punk. They're going to team up on Saturday night's
they did the funniest like small and tall friends dynamic TikToks together. That was really funny. And I still follow her for that.
Everybody's going to be eating Jay's defense of the well-earned title Saturday night's main event against Logan Paul.
Okay, let me put some.
Drew McIntyre limping back after what happened in St. Louis, but he has accepted the challenge.
8 days to heal up and get back to full health.
Who retained in that fatal four-way, and that look between him and Damian Priest.
McIntyre versus Winter for world title. I think it was supposed to happen, but because Damian Priest won that #1 contenders match against him, it never happened. That's why. And I think Drew McIntyre made him lose that match, didn't they?
WWE
I forget.
is louder than ever.
I think they would try to do Drew McIntyre and Gunther again. But I'm just saying they did technically try by having Damian and Drew McIntyre fight against each other for the spot. But Drew McIntyre won fair and square, so.
So get ready to join the action. 14 brand new events.
I like Solo Sikoa's theme song. I do too, but wait, I'll always love Roman Reigns' music better. They do? They have backstage beef? I have no idea. I had no idea. Who is in this matchup? It is the qualifying match for the men's Money in the Bank spot, and that is against Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Rey Fenix. Hey, it'll be interesting to see a Jimmy and Solo interaction because we haven't seen much of Solo Sikoa interacting with his brothers. Ever since the Bloodline broke up, we haven't seen much interactions of Jimmy and Jey Uso interacting with Solo Sikoa. I mean, we did that one time when Solo Sikoa was being the acting, like, tribal chief, so. But after that, well, technically, Well, technically it's not a one-on-one match. It's a triple threat match. So they can fight each other, but I don't know for how long. But I will assume that Jimmy and Rey Fenix will compromise for a little while to take care of Solo Sikoa because they're the baby faces and he's the only heel there. So. Unfortunately, I think El Grande Americano is going to ruin this for Rey Fenix, though. So, that's like, my take. Or if not El Grande Americano, it'll be Los Fantasma. Because, honestly, they have more beef than El Grande and Rey Fenix.
Extraordinary day. Of course, Money in the Bank, and also Worlds Collide, the event with NXT and Lucha Libre AAA Worldwide. And you can experience non-stop excitement at Money in the Bank with On Location, the official fan hospitality partner of WWE.
How many live events have I been to? Well, I went to an underground match back in 2018 for the SummerSlam World Tour. Back in 2018, that's when I went. But my first live show was around I think May 11th or 13th. I'm not sure. But it was around 2021. Back in 2021, that was my first live wrestling event. And we went there as a present for my mom's Mother's Day present back in 2021. So I only went to 2 WWE events really in my whole life.
I'm gonna take my ass to Money in the Bank, climb that ladder, snatch that, win that, cash that.
But it was the first live event and my mom's first event ever. So.
Big Jim's ready for this one.
Is he ready to fight his little bro? Hell yeah, he is.
Yeah, I know Los Fantasma will interfere. At least Santos. I don't know about Angel and Humberto. I can't say the same about Angel and Berto, but I can definitely say that Santos will come and interfere.
And this is Jimmy Uso's first match since that beatdown, that bloody display by Gunther back on March 31st on Raw. And now, of course, you can tell how really focused he is.
Pivotal in helping Jay break the aura of Gunther. Now Jimmy has to focus on creating an aura of his own and qualifying for the Money in the Bank ladder match.
And Money.
Jimmy Uso's attire that he has on right now, the color scheme kind of reminds me of the Toon Squad jersey from Space Jam. And what irritates me is that I have one, but I don't know where it is. I lost it somewhere in my closet, and I'm searching for it nonstop, and I still have yet to find it. Even with me so far away from the TV, I cannot look at Rey Fenix's intro because of that stupid strobe lights. I told you, the seizure warning waiting to happen. Red, white, and green are the worst colors to strobe together. The picture's up in my post if you want to see how happy my mom was when we took her.
Such spirit, such fight at WrestleMania.
I posted that picture because it was Mother's Day, and that was the only wrestling related picture I have of my mom.
And now a chance to gain more PPV glory if he can get through this. Money in the Bank qualifier, a triple threat.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned WrestleMania 41. That's the brightest spotlight of them all. And the thing about the bright spotlights, they become addicted. And despite the fact that Phoenix wasn't successful at WrestleMania 41, I guarantee you he cannot wait to get back to those massive moments, such as Money in the Bank. And he's one step away from going there tonight.
Why are a lot of luchadors named Rey? I'm not sure. Maybe Rey means something.
Great action already. We had a Money in the Bank qualifier triple threat match on the women's side. And that was
maybe Rey has a special meaning. I have no idea what Rey means in Spanish.
Rey Fenix
I never like, you know, looked into that.
All over Rey Fenix to see who can get entry into the men's Money in the Bank.
Jim pacing himself there, checking out little bro.
Do I have seizures? No, but I'm just saying that it's bad. It's bad to what you call it have that many strobing lights in your face. It doesn't matter if there's a light in the room or if you're far away from the TV. It all matters how fast the capacity of the lights is.
With Solo Sikoa, history those two have. Nice try, Solo.
That's why when it comes to fighting games or games like, you know, that involves magic, they give you like a warning that there are like lots of flashing images, and to always be like, you know, in a room with bright lighting, and also to not be so close from the TV.
JC, as well as the United States champion Jacob Fatu.
Those two prowling around the outside, Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix.
But just because we don't have like, just because us as people don't have seizures like, you know, frequently, doesn't mean that we can't. Because
we got here the cover and the kick out by Big Jim.
There's a scary story about a woman who was a stripper, and she was like, you know, dancing in a strobe light. She was dancing in a strobe light cage, and then she started bleeding at the mouth because she bit her own tongue. And she choked on her own tongue. So that's why you should never underestimate, like, you know, strobe lights.
When newcomers have this amount of success and this amount of hype.
This is his 7th match since breaking through here at WWE. Reminder, you see what's coming your way June 7th from Los Angeles. Unbelievable day of action between Worlds Collide and
it's not good in those colors. If it was just regular green, then that's fine, because green is kind of like, you know, soft colored. That's common in clubs. It's always blue. It's always blue or green. That's always the strobe light thing in clubs. Either blue, green, or white. It's blue, green, or white that are always the strobe colors in clubs. So, but put those in a fast, like, you know, in a fast speed, and also with colors that don't belong with each other.
Big Jim trying to make his way to the top of the
I know he's trying to represent Mexico with the white, green, and red, but those are not good colors, like I keep saying, to always put into strobe effects.
That is as hard of a slam of the head as we have seen on our new reinforced announce table.
Well, Solo Sikoa knows his brother Jimmy better than
I'm just saying, I made too many videos. I made too many videos in past cosplays to know, like, you know, like, you know, what kind of strobe effects in my videos will bother a person's eyes and what won't. That's why when I know it's like, you know, there's a possibility that this could bother a person's eye, I put, like, you know, in the description, like, you know, flashing lights warning. But if it's fine, I don't put that description. But if it's not, I always do that.
Phoenix.
Yeah, that's all they have to do. But they can't because they want his strobe lights to be in sync with his music, so that's why they can't in this case. And that's, like, you know, the sucky part. Hold on.
Superstars away with that move. Rey Fenix looking defenseless, but again he sends.
And they won't slow down the lighting speed because they wanted to match with the beat of his song.
Hatred between Jimmy and Solo, and right now Solo's not exactly focused on winning the match. Yes,
but you know, we could kind of do that effect at our own home if you buy some rhythm light strips. Just buy some light strips that, like, you know, activate with sound, and you can just, you know, play Rey Fenix's music, and you can have your own little seizure club show at your own house.
Solo Sikoa with a violent outburst against his brother Jimmy
That's
Uso.
what started it all.
Multiple slams
My cosplay
of his
videos
head
are what
into
started
our
this all,
reinforced
honestly.
announce desk,
And I'll never
including
stop
that
doing
spinning
that.
solo slam just moments ago.
I just have been taking a break on it because, unfortunately, it's a lot harder for us cosplayers nowadays because of these tariffs. And even though, like, you know, I can afford still most of this stuff, even if it's slightly more expensive, I don't want to, like, you know, invest so much money onto cosplay because I have actual life problems that could happen at any moment just because, like, you know, I paid the bills in my house and everything is fine, and I'm like, oh, I have this amount of money for myself, and emergencies and accidents can happen, so I can't invest, like, you know, more money, like maybe like $200 or $100 more. Every penny counts when you're on a budget.
Lunging to his younger brother.
That's why I never spend cosplay that's $80 or higher.
The crowd was chanting rewind tables. He's giving it a peek under the ring.
Now it's Solo Sikoa kept it up here.
JC ringside, the new addition of muscle that Solo Sikoa has brought into the family.
And I'm not sure exactly how Jacob Fatu feels about the addition of JC on the outside, despite the fact that JC was pivotal in Jacob Fatu defeating LA Knight et al. At Backlash and retaining the gold. My career, I wouldn't have looked a gift horse in the mouth, but Fatu feels like he can do it all on his own, and right now Solo Sikoa is doing the same in this match.
Solo Sikoa has been dominating every step of this.
Weathered an early storm, but might get victory here. There's not much coming back the other way from either Big Jim or Rey Fenix, and this has now gone to a stroll in the park for Solo Sikoa.
Signaling he wants the belt. He has been on an interesting quest over the course of the past year. Phoenix locking him up on that attempt. Jim tries to get himself back in the ring, and he helps him aid Phoenix, and then delivers the kick and the right hand uppercut.
Yeah, you wait too long, Big Jim is going to get himself back into the firefight.
You have no friends here.
Minutes, but things are ticking once again for Jimmy Uso, and all men now laid out.
Nia Jax have a promo segment. She has a match tonight. She's the main event with Tiffany Stratton for the championship.
Jimmy Uso against little brother Solo Sikoa and the spirited Rey Fenix.
Sugar cane under the ring.
Getting up there, but Rey able to get back to his feet and deliver that big strike.
This is turning into an absolute barn burner. Not what JC.
If they want sugar, they could drink some of that juice and soda underneath the ring. But they don't have time for that.
Phoenix and Big Jim trading massive shots in a very precarious area of the ring.
Remember when Liv Morgan used to eat Jolly Ranchers, blue Jolly Ranchers before the match?
Off the top rope. Oh, and the roll up. Referee, wake up!
He didn't see it at all. Rey Fenix could have just advanced to Money in the Bank.
This is Charles Robinson's hometown. Perhaps in the staring out.
I wasn't alive when either of them existed.
The pin Not counted there, unfortunately, for Rey Fenix. But this one might if Jim can make the cover.
So I wouldn't
kick
know.
as Phoenix was in midair. And
That
then
does sound
Solo
funny, though.
Sikoa comes charging in.
Well, all three of these men at this point completely had the stuffing knocked out of them. It's Solo Sikoa who perhaps looks the freshest. Well, this is exactly what happened to Rey Fenix. With that boot of Jimmy Uso connecting mid-flight before that club-like clothesline from little brother Solo.
I wasn't alive when
On Phoenix as Solo.
Roddy Piper
He's
or
never been in Money in the Bank.
Snuka was around.
Jim.
And maybe I would just, like I said, I would probably like, you know, frolicking around with in kindergarten or something.
Winning the Money in the Bank ladder match will certainly turn your
I was into Cinderella. I was into Cinderella and Ariel at that age, probably.
Absolutely. 2010.
So I was pretending to be a Disney princess while you were enjoying the glory days of wrestling.
Sometimes you gotta learn to deal with that in your career. Solo has been playing backing dancer at times to Jacob Fatu over the past 5 months, I should say. But that could turn around in a hurry if you grab that Money in the Bank briefcase. But getting there.
Oh, he gets away from the Samoan spike. Does Phoenix. And then shoulders are down. Jimmy's super kick put it in position. Then he had to save it to keep his own chance alive.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like, how are you gonna help me and then you help yourself? That's what I was saying. Look, you helped me and then you ended up.
With an assist from Big Jim until Big Jim realized the error of his ways and broke it up.
So the United States champion looking on Jacob Fatu. And now center of the ring, Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. Back and forth they go.
With a slugfest like this, I personally back Big Jim, but it's the quickness of Rey Fenix proving pivotal. No, it's not.
And Big Jim's got him up top, but instead Phoenix able to
Alexa
counter,
Bliss is trying to make a faction
and now he's going up top.
Chatting backstage. What do you
Adios, amigos.
It is about? I have no idea, and we won't know what it's about until we get in-ring interaction. Right now we're just seeing backstage interactions, and those can mean anything. It can mean anything or nothing for the most part. So until I see something happen that's in the ring or possibly after a pay-per-view, I'm not trusting anything.
It wasn't enough tonight for Jimmy Uso. If he can get up and at him.
Because honestly, I still want Alexa Bliss. I want Alexa Bliss to team up with Nikki Cross again and be a tag team with her now that she's the Sister Abigail. But that won't happen for quite a long time.
Adios, amigos, running right down the ropes. Phoenix, could it be?
Big JC trying to run offense too.
He is on fire right now, clearing everybody out. Oh, but he admired his work a little too long. Samoan spike.
Solo Sikoa wins this. But we were wrong about Santos interfering. At least I think.
7 days for Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, that's not Santos. That's whatever that new guy's name is.
And now, the first qualifier for the men's Money in the Bank match. Power is fully restored to Solo Sikoa. This is why Jimmy Uso thought he had victory. Thought he was over the line. Rey Fenix had other ideas. And now the crew running offense. Big Jim taking up that too. Succumbing to that Samoan spike. So Rey Fenix hit the adios amigo. This one swinging in every direction.
Phoenix was in control. He just started admiring his work a little too much at the wrong moment.
Well, JC adding a little assist there, but what in the world's going on
What
here?
the heck, LA Knight?
What is going on? LA Knight is attacking everybody in sight.
Well, LA Knight's lost his mind. It's 3-on-1.
Get back, get back, get back.
But he's swinging away. Everybody stand down right now.
Get back, he has a chair.
LA, you're so desperate to get your hands on JC, and JC, you want to stick your nose in other people's business? This is Smackdown. We handle our differences in the squared circle, and that's what you two are going to do. In fact, give me a referee out here right now. And JC, you can make your debut.
I was like, yeah, they have to do another filler match because it's still 10 o'clock, so they can't have Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton's match right now. Because there was no way that Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax match was going to take a whole ass half hour. No, they have to waste 15 minutes.
Calculated, coordinated production. It's done. We're gonna lift the curtain.
Charlotte will do anything to be women's champion. Yep.
I won't put a rocket on you. Everybody okay?
Well, maybe this is also amazing. Yes.
She'll do anything to be women's champion because she knows if she's not women's champion, then nobody will talk about her. Because nobody's gonna, willingly talk about her because nobody really likes her that much. So the only way for people to talk about her is if she's champion. My opinions about her will stay the same regardless, so you can like Charlotte Flair all you want for me because I never will. Because apparently her logic is just back talking to her fans, just like Ricochet. I'm like, it's not working out for Ricochet talking back to his fans like some weirdo. That's like basically like if you guys said I'm stupid and I write back I'm not. I just simply correct people. And then after that, I leave it at that. I don't escalate it further than it has to.
Well, this is unexpected. But boy, oh boy, is it fun.
JC Mateo.
Came out and was attacking everybody.
That's what
inside
this guy's
Solo
name is.
Sikoa, Jacob Fatu.
I thought he had a different name when they announced him, but they made him change it. That's weird.
Because of course a week ago in St. Louis, in the midst of the fatal four-way, that is when JC Mateo arrived on the scene as Solo Sikoa brought in.
But he's popular in Japanese
and
wrestling.
Greatly affected by
But I never heard
that
of him.
fatal four-way. Jacob Fatu.
That's all the little intel that I have from him.
That LA Knight was trying to get back.
Yeah, massive acquisition by Solo Sikoa. A little background info on our friend JC here. Clearly a ball of muscle, but this is a 2004 Olympian.
What's with WWE and initial names?
He was the flag bearer for the nation of Guam.
Because the only initial name that I know of is JD, and we like JD.
15 or so years, especially in Japan, was recently rumored to be a free agent, and clearly Solo Sikoa wasted zero time in bringing this man into the fold.
New Japan World Television Champion, 3-time champion.
Will do, but right now she's in my brother.
What an acquisition that Solo Sikoa sprung on everybody in St. Louis in the midst of that fatal four-way. You see him, he's a powerhouse with athletic explosiveness.
Same here, but frankly, I don't care because I feel like he was just thrown in here because is Tama Tonga really injured or what? Because I really don't remember him being injured, and if so, like, you know, why didn't they say anything or like mention him on, like, you know, the show?
60 pounds.
Because I know Tonga Loa has to come back soon, but I don't know when. That's the thing. I think it's gonna be like around middle June or July. They say most likely Tonga Loa will come back, because Tonga Loa is still out because he broke his foot, you know, in that whole War Games match that, you know, the old bloodline and the new bloodline had.
Doing anything in the power game against someone as strong as JC.
I don't know. Honestly, I thought LA Knight was supposed to be a heel by now, but they decided to keep him babyface for whatever reason.
Bravery, and then this sheer recklessness. I get why LA Knight is so angered by this trio, but to come out here, albeit with a steel chair in hand, and try and confront the play is just insanity in my view. And things are going about as well as I would have expected thus far for LA Knight.
But what an interesting way to make your WWE debut. We're in the midst of the men's Money in the Bank qualifier that was just won by Solo Sikoa against Big Brother Jimmy Uso and Rey Fenix. And then in all the aftermath, there's LA Knight coming out and targeting with a steel chair. And Nick Aldis grabs that mic and says, hey, you want this? We'll just do this right now.
All about making an impact. JC did all of that and more, despite the thankless demeanor of Jacob Fatu.
Sends him into that corner.
The megastar has had very few answers thus far, but now trying to build him ahead of steam. But it's working.
Bulldogging him off the top rope, and now going up top as he is wont to do, but distracted for a moment. He was thinking about that leaping elbow, but distracted as Solo Sikoa was able to give pause to LA Knight's attack.
Yeah, you can have the best intent in the world with these two, Solo Sikoa and Fatu.
Can we get on with Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton? No offense to you, LA Knight, but I could care less about this match.
Lingering over LA Knight. Don't go anywhere.
He looks like Queen's brother. The Queen's brother?
No, he don't, Ma.
That's what he looked like.
No, he doesn't, Ma. He does not look like Bo Dallas whatsoever, Ma. So I don't know what you're talking about.
On Friday Night Smackdown from here in
Are you
North
stupid,
Carolina.
Mommy? He does not look like Bo Dallas at all.
Has competed in the ring. Of course, we saw him, Wade, a week ago, interfering in the fatal four-way match at Backlash by attacking LA Knight, helping Jacob Fatu retain that U.S. championship.
Yeah, and I'll say this, it's one thing launching a sneak attack
Mom thinks
on
this
a
guy looks like
heavily
Bo Dallas.
fatigued
He
man,
don't.
as Knight clearly was at
Not even
Backlash
if
by
Bo
the time
Dallas
JC struck.
grew out his
It is
beard like that.
another thing entirely when that same man, LA Knight, is re-energized, hungry for vengeance, and you are still capable of dominating him like JC is before our eyes.
The referee's back turn, Solo Sikoa takes advantage, delivering that big punch.
Well, say what you want about Solo Sikoa, that is one smart cat. He's certainly not going to do it in front of the referee and get his man disqualified on his debut. I mean, thus far, JC has done everything right. And nothing is going right for the megastar. We're simply picking off more than he can chew this evening. Oh.
Slam down Mateo's head. And it's reinforced
There you
that
go.
statement.
And finally, something coming back the other way in the direction of JC.
You did it.
There's life in the megastar yet. But that will not help proceedings.
Punched in the stomach, in the air.
The debut that nobody saw coming.
The debut that nobody saw coming.
JC Mateo. Gathering himself against the megastar.
There's also a certain strut to this, JC, and why wouldn't you be strutting around?
But you know, the more time they take up, the more hope I have for Tiffany Stratton. Because if this ends at 10:20 like I'm predicting, then I have to assume that means Nia Jax match will end quickly, and it'll be like, you know, silly for her,
Big
but
shot
funny for us.
from Mateo.
It's such nice pacing from JC. He's completely diffused the explosive nature of the megastar. Every time LA Knight tries to get out of the blocks, he simply fails because of this massive powerhouse behind him.
Joe Tessitore, Wade Barrett with you. Friday Night Smackdown in front of 12,000 plus at the First Horizon Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina. We have our WWE Women's Championship match ahead, but right now we're seeing all the physicality between LA Knight and the debut of JC Mateo.
There's been one-way traffic up until now, but LA Knight is desperately trying to change course here. Send something back the other arm.
Oh, slam down hard. Into the cover. Trying to get his first win in WWE.
Well, the perpetual motion machine, LA Knight, has looked anything but this evening, thanks to the sheer physical dominance of this monster of a man, JC.
The what?
It gets more impressive as the minutes tick by here.
Hi, Mommy.
Cunning and savvy acquisition this
I don't fat shame on here.
by Solo Sikoa.
Solo Sikoa.
Fat shame on here.
He won on Money in the Bank.
They can lose that fatness in 2 weeks, I bet.
Also announced
Sheamus
tonight
did
that
it, and
John
so
Cena
can
and
he.
R-Truth are going to meet up at Saturday night's main event on NBC. That'll be coming next weekend, live on NBC and in Tampa, Florida, for that incredible stretch of 4 straight shows
Mommy.
in Tampa. Saturday, Sunday, Monday Night Raw, and then NXT Tuesday.
It's really fascinating just happened. The first time I've seen a look of perhaps despair, perhaps panic in the eyes of JC. He's thrown everything at LA Knight, and LA Knight won't stay down. That frustration is there because JC is now realizing the
Sheamus had distended belly too, but look, he lost it in 2 weeks, and he's looking fine.
competition here on SmackDown is about as high as it gets.
And LA Knight isn't bashful
Ay,
about
shut
being
up, Mom.
up against that top-tier competition every single week. I mean, he's just coming off the brutality of that fatal four-way, and you saw the impact it
I
had
can't wait to
on
see
Drew
Liv Morgan's new
McIntyre,
movie
on
trailer.
Damian Priest, and
I have no
Jacob
idea what
Fatu
that movie's even about. I know it's based on, like, you know, an old movie franchise, but I have
that he brought in, the
never
new
heard of it
heavy
at
muscle,
all.
the former
But it's cool that
Olympian.
she gets to be like one of the main characters' daughter.
Energy in this
That's what I
arena
find
simply
cool.
has not helped the megastar tonight.
Because she could totally be like,
The
you know,
megastar
a rich,
never backs down
she could
from the
totally
fight.
play
He's
off
always
like, you know,
ready
the
to
rich
test
heiress
his
type.
metal. Guess what? Sometimes you just have to pump the brakes. I know for a fact LA Knight is nowhere near 100%. He's been running hot week after week after week. And this may be the night he gets
it. I know, but you
just
said it.
consider, since WrestleMania and the type of match he had at WrestleMania against Jacob Fatu, then he decides to go in against Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, then he has tag action against Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Then comes the fatal four-way at Backlash. How can those be the 4 weeks after the brutality that was suffered at WrestleMania?
Well, for me, Joe, it's a massive mistake. The megastar has unwavering confidence. It's what people love about him, and at times, it simply borders on delusional. You're a man, you're fallible. Things can go wrong, and things are going wrong, unsurprisingly, against this trio of beasts.
And look at that face on JC Mateo.
He
This is
looks
exactly
he looks
what
weird.
he wants with Knight on the outside.
It's exactly
He
what
looks
Solo
possessed.
Sikoa wants to. It's exactly why Solo Sikoa brought this man into the fold. And this was what did the
Whoa, what you whispering in my ear like that for? Hey, yo. That's how I would be. Damn, he ran into that post mad hard.
In the eyes of Solo Sikoa said it all. The game plan just started to go wrong, and how quickly can JC recover from that crash into the post?
Unfortunately, and nice as decent as this match has been, I think they'll make him win. This JC guy.
Carry of that right hand. Able to block it again and deliver a right hand of his own. Turns
Just to
Mateo
showcase him.
around. And here comes the megastar, gathering momentum.
Again, that flurry of punches not enough to stop JC. Although that might help.
Oh, there's a jumping neck breaker by LA Knight.
Can you smell that in the air, Joe? They
What is
call that Kavorka.
Oh!
And it's getting stronger by the second.
LA Knight having it his way all of a sudden.
My head's starting to hurt with this hair clip, so I'm going
And
to take
now it is
off my
JC who's on the back foot. Re-energized, reinvigorated, and ready to give the people what they want.
Beat that ass. Yeah.
Drops that elbow down on JC Mateo. Hooks the leg for the win, and Mateo finds a way to survive.
Animated on the outside on that pin was Solo Sikoa. Feels almost like Jacob Fatu is out here out of obligation. I'm not sure he's fully enmeshed with the addition of JC as this one plays out before our eyes.
Well, you got that sense early on tonight. Even some of the exchanges with Solo Sikoa, just a look on the face of JC Mateo, looking at him saying, "You're all right with this?" Oh, he's going for BFT.
Too strong, JC's too big. Too much core strength.
And slamming down LA Knight. And Mateo quickly into that lateral press, and that's not enough. Would you look at that? Would you look at the standing moonsault of a man of that body type and size?
That was a double whammy there.
body type of size.
Bizarre twisted
Not you
suplex
too.
followed by this.
How, Wade? How?
Oh, JC just
Flip it, flips. He's just like he's just like Eric and Ivar, because they could do flips just like that too. And Eric and Ivar are a little bigger than him.
Like that. He's going to try to put this to an end right here.
Has been cut. It's good night, LA.
Mama and me versus you.
Knight able to deliver
I
that
don't need
elbow
I don't
as
need
JC
another.
came running in, and then
I don't
the
need
big
another
kick
one.
from JC
I already have my
Mateo.
brother to do that for me, so I don't need another one.
Oh, trips him up, and he's got him draped over that middle rope.
I already fight my brother for my mom's affection, so why do I need to fight you?
Oh, the back kick as they were threatening. Oh, and how about it? That turnaround crossbody springboarding to take out Solo and Jacob Fatu. Well, Jacob Fatu hadn't done much
And that's where it all dies
down.
down. Yay! Catch.
Total violence! That scoop power slam! JC Mateo!
Yep. And that's where it ends. They gotta give him Solo's music because he has no music yet. But I can imagine Def Rebel is going to do a stupid ass theme for him. Watch, you watch. Yeah, how many of you bet that it'll be that Def Rebel will make a terrible music, but better than Zelino or the Street Profits?
Solo Sikoa's crew is back to major strength and in the ascendancy once again here on the blueprint.
I just look at those eyes between Solo Sikoa and that man, Jacob Fatu. I mean, there's something there. Yada mean way. By the way, great job defining it at Backlash. Mr. Cole. It's indeed. Yada mean is in the Western Dictionary. Wait, let's go back to what happened with Legado del Fantasma a week ago. I'm so shocked what we saw between Santos Escobar and Berto.
Yeah, well, this was last week's match.
Do what you gotta do, man.
Phoenix and Andrade in tag action.
Bye-bye.
Getting the message.
Bye-bye,
However, in the aftermath, Santos Escobar was far from happy with his troops. And that was Berto finally snapping after months of verbal abuse from Legado del Fantasma's leader.
I even went to his house, he wasn't there.
Hey, wow, Berto really left y'all.
I fear he's listening to the wrong people. People that don't understand about loyalty and the bigger picture, como tú y como yo. Look, I'm willing to forgive what happened last week. Yes. Why? Because there's something in the...
Because it wasn't your fault in the first place. It wasn't their fault, I mean.
Para nosotros, para el legado del fantasma. And this opportunity is going to help us make a statement. But I need something from you. And I need you to find Burke and bring him home. Encuéntralo y tráelo a casa because I want to share this together. I call this an invitation to a sit-down dinner party on me. We'll discuss this because this is going to put our names.
A dinner party.
I'm going to try my best. I can promise anything. Hey, Santos. Angel. When you stand up for something bigger than yourself, something special, that will always scare people. Obviously. But loyalty, that is the one thing I've always seen from you since day one. It would be a shame that we lose all this loyalty for the actions of one selfish person. Legado.
So Angel has to bridge things between Santos and Berto. And remember, the much anticipated Women's Championship match is coming up next. Tiffany Stratton trying to stay on
Yes,
her top.
I can't wait to see what outfit you are wearing, Tiffany.
The title is on the line in moments.
Recently on Tiffany Stratton's page, I seen her like showcase little bits and pieces of her outfit. It's like a black and pink outfit, but she has yet to wear that outfit. So, like, you know, I wonder if that's for like a pay-per-view or something. But I'm not too sure because she only showcased it, like teased it once on Instagram, and then she didn't do it that. She didn't do that for like, you know, a long time after that. But I was so excited because that outfit looked kind of cute. I like Tiffany Stratton's ring attire. It's lace pink and glitter. Like, oh, duh. And Lolita / Jirai K fashion, those are the go-to stuff. The outfit that Nia Jax has on today, though, it's tacky. If she made it brown and have leopard, if she had it brown and had leopard, like, you know, linings on it, I would like it more. But she has red. She had red and leopard, and I'm like, red. That's a weird color to combine leopard print with. Leopard print can only work with pink, purple, green, and brown and black. Honestly, I never heard leopard being on red before, and if it is, it's a darker shade than that. She had a bright red. Nah, that was her ring attire, man. Once you see them in a ring attire working out, hell, just, you know, showcasing them working out in the back, that's their ring attire. Fashion is all about color coordinates and seeing what colors match based on your complexion and like what material you use. And since Nia Jax always has like a mesh / leather bodysuit, that type of bright crimson red with leopard print would not work. And if she wants to try to make it work, make it a darker shade of red, because that bright red would not go nicely with leopard.
With a massive lineup of 4 can't-miss shows. All the action, all the energy, all coming to attention. Yeah, we coming. Tickets on sale now. Scan the code to get your tickets today.
Shinsuke. Oh no. LA Knight, you still haven't changed. You're the same man you were back then. Oh, whatever. I see what's behind the chant, a hunger for recognition. That's what hunger, that's a hunger that'll bring you down. Aleister Black. I do not fear you. You hide behind smoke and mirrors, but deep down inside you fear the darkness. But there's a deeper darkness lurking behind the shadows. I am sharpening my katana and watching all the while. I know every moment when your heart beats. And every trigger that make you lose control. Next week, when you two sink at my feet, I will have my ticket to the Money in the Bank contract. Huh, so that's for next week, huh? And only then will you know that I am Unstoppable Storm, and Unstoppable Blade, and Unstoppable Beam. So that's the matchup for next week. Shinsuke, Aleister Black, and LA Knight for the qualifying match.
Savannah, Georgia next week for Friday Night Smackdown. Tickets are still available. You can go to Ticketmaster for that. And what a card it is shaping.
I can honestly see LA Knight winning only because, well, actually no, because it doesn't make sense because
it is going to feature LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Shinsuke Nakamura. More Money in the Bank qualifying with that top tier showdown. Yeah, and we saw Alexa Bliss qualify.
I don't know.
Who will join her in the
whoa, I'd like to see this.
U.S. champs Zelina Vega, the 14-time world champ.
Julia, Charlotte, and Zelina Vega are the girls' side. It's going to be Charlotte because it has to be Charlotte, but I'm rooting for Julia. I want Julia to win that so bad, but it's probably not going to be because Charlotte has to win for whatever reason.
They went at it a week ago as non-title Street Profits were.
You're right, Julia is the better win, but for whatever reason, they're going to make it Charlotte. Because it's always Charlotte. It always has to be Charlotte because it has to. That's just WWE logic. Oh, this is the outfit. I was right. She's wearing it. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. She's wearing a lot of bows in her hair. She incorporated a lot of bows in this outfit. I love that outfit Jade Cargill is wearing. She's wearing like
all you want, but if I were you, I wouldn't get too comfortable
she's doing.
I am always ready. And you might be good enough to win your qualifier. And you may be even good enough to win that briefcase. But for as long as I'm champion, you'll never be good enough to cash in on me.
Yeah, that match will be for real along down the line. But as I was saying, I love Jade Cargill's outfit too because again she's doing her little like diamond reflector, that she always has layered on all her outfits. But this time she has diamond ones. She has reflective mirror diamonds, like actual bejeweled ones that you sew in, and that's kind of hard to line up that nicely, but it looks like basically a disco ball on both her chest and her skirt. So that's pretty. There was a photo shoot backstage. I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. I'll let you know. I'll let you know next week if I saw it. But as I was saying, I can't really see it because Tiffany Stratton still has her title in her, like, you know, covering most of her outfit, but that's the outfit that I saw on her Instagram page, and it looks nice. I love that she has a lot of bows in her hair, even though most of them are going to fall out during this match, but I'm like, those are just cute little tiny lace bows that she has in her hair. It reminds me a lot of Decora fashion. Remember when I had all those stars in my hair? I could have added a lot more, but I was being very, like, you know, minimum on the Decora on my hair. But that's what real Decora is, when you have a lot of those on there. Not ribbons, but trade those ribbons for like stars or hair clips or just bedazzled diamonds, and that can be a great alternative. And if you really do want to have bows, at least make them rainbow colored, but in her case she doesn't. She just has white, pink, and black. Oh, no. That won't do. Yep, we do not talk about the man upstairs on this channel. Charlotte doesn't need to win. She needs to learn how to humor herself. She is the humor. So she is the humor just by still trying to keep at it in the title picture. So
we are here in Greensboro that has such a rich history in sports entertainment, and they have seen quite the night. Alexa Bliss has advanced herself to the women's Money in the Bank. Fraxiom's earning themselves a title shot.
but look how much time we have. We have 10 minutes. So yeah, I have a good feeling that Tiffany Stratton will handle herself.
Crowd here in this historic arena in Greensboro, NC. We've all been all gas and no brakes with it. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got a better one than me, but this young man loves the megastar. Marry me, Tiffy. Get in line. There's quite a few suitors heading her way. Alexa Bliss, that young fan, got a happy moment earlier seeing Alexa qualify for the Money in the Bank. Never too young. 2-year-old was here to defend this. Good job. It's been loud this evening.
Aww. Years old and at your first WWE event. I would never do it, but it's just always cute to see babies at WWE events. But I would never do it. See, that's just so bad. That outfit is just so bad. If it was a darker shade of red, I would love it more. But that's just so bright and gross.
The target and the prize and what she wants to reclaim. Now it is right in front of her. This crowd is roaring in anticipation of this WWE Women's Championship match.
Major victory last week of a fellow powerhouse, Jade Cargill, to secure
like,
this
you know,
opportunity at the goal.
am I allowed to say, am I allowed to say that's like, you know, something a pimp rope, like, you know, would, like, you know, always watch from? There's always like pimp robes that look like that. The kind gross old people wear.
A chance to meet a WWE superstar. Go to WWE.
If Julia wins, don't boost her popularity, give her momentum. Yes, I want Julia to win just because I hate Charlotte. I don't like, you know. You can say all the valid, like, you know, all the valid like storylines, and yes, you're right about like boosting her popularity and stuff, but I want her to win just because I don't want Charlotte to keep winning. That's the only reason why. Like, it could be anyone else except Charlotte. I would say Zelina Vega if she wasn't champion, but she is champion, so there's no need for her to win. But look at Tiffany Stratton's outfit. It's really nicely. And she added fox fur. She added fox fur too. I like how she has like a mini skirt on, like, you know, just covering over the actual like bottom piece. It's just a really tiny mini skirt just hovering over the bottom piece. She needs to move the title and her hair out of the way so I can see the front a little.
For the official introductions, here's the always at the ready, Mark Nash.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Women's Championship! Introducing first, the challenger from San Diego, California, Nia Jax!
Why did you intimidate him like that? He didn't do nothing.
And her opponent from Briar Lake, Minnesota, she is the WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton!
Tiffany Stratton, who holds that up high after ending Nia Jax's reign.
Just move your hair out of the way, sweetie. I want to see your top piece. It looks good, but I can't really tell.
Potentially the last time Tiffany Stratton holds that gold for a hell of a long time. This is about as calm and focused as I have ever seen Nia Jax.
I know.
Well, that means
I know I don't know the guy very well, but that man is going through enough trouble with John Cena. He doesn't need it from her, especially her.
Looking for vindication this evening is Nia Jax.
The man has been traumatized enough by John Cena. He doesn't need to be traumatized by another one.
Of the money in the bank contract and what an advantage it is. It's another thing entirely. When it's a straight up one-on-one.
It's his first month on the job, and he's already being traumatized by John Cena. I just love how there's a lot of patches on her outfit. Like, she has a heart and just a couple bows, and I think there's like a few hidden butterflies in there. And you know me, I love butterflies on like every outfit that I get.
Nia with that shoulder tackle.
Look, Nia Jax really looks down her nose at Tiffany Stratton. The truth is this is a very different Tiffany Stratton.
I choose butterflies over, like, you know,
41 match against Charlotte Flair was a massive
butterflies over unicorns.
A different version of Stratton. We know she can fight it out in the trenches now. She can do the ugly stuff. Tiffany Stratton, when needed, can be a scrapper. And she does need it this evening.
Comes in for a back handspring, but instead gets caught by Nia Jax and sent over the top rope. That is so painful, the way she draped her from that height.
All that power, all that weight on a very small,
I love her
gloves
gloves too, because I just love the fox fur at the ends of the glove.
Oh, she's in such a compromised
The
position here.
fox fur at the end of gloves are always pretty. But I feel like, you know, I would only wear those if I was going to a formal party, because right now she has it custom made to, like, you know, be like straps, like, you know, armbands on her outfit, but normally I don't think they would have fox fur gloves like that. And if they do, they're just like, you know, lace like what she has.
That was head on steel.
I can't really get a good look at her top though. But what I did see on her top was that she has like a little pink choker, like a pink fox fur choker, and I'm like, actually, I would rather it be laced than fox fur. I know she's trying to like match a little bit with the fox fur that she has on both her gloves and the top lining of her, like, you know, her bra part, but nah, that's like a little bit too much. That's like overusage. Like, she could have just had a a lace choker, and it would have been much prettier.
Just to get back to your conversation.
But it's fine though. That's just a minor mistake. But everything else I see on her outfit is pretty. She has little embroidered hearts and stars, and kind of like a Roxanne Perez effect, where she has those little black, like, you know, linings with those little silver studs. And that's always pretty, just silver studs on outfit.
Yeah, undoubtedly, you now have been through a true war, and one you weren't expecting, and one where the
I could tell somebody did a lot of embroidery on that, and a lot of gentle attention to the fox fur, because fox fur is hard to work with. You have to be super delicate with that, or else it'll not be cut right, and it'll just fly everywhere.
Hanging on the ropes herself.
I have to make my own foxtail soon, so I've been learning a lot about the use of fox fur.
Tiffany Stratton out of her boots temporarily. Nia Jax,
I do see a little, I do see like a little dangling chains right on her, on the side of her thighs, and I'm like, that's cute. I think those are where, like, you know, those little butterfly charms come in, and I was like, that's cute.
The champ has just been overwhelmed from the off.
I hope so. Gives you string together just a little bit of offense.
Some breathing room, but you have to make it count. You're right, Joe. A flurry of offense here could change the game for Stratton. But boy, oh boy, does she need it.
I just can't wait till the match is over, so she can take a picture of herself in this outfit for real, and I can actually see the, you know, the look up close, like real close.
And somehow Tiffany survives.
That's fine. The frustration on the face of the challenger, but all the damage is being absorbed by the champ thus far.
Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett with you ringside. There have been two critical moments in this WWE Women's Championship match. As Nia Jax has had control. Tiffany had her head draped in the corner, just like this.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, just as I said, all those bows are, like, you know, flying all over the place. It was never a good idea to put small bows like that in your hair, but they always put hair accessories no matter what.
Really has to make this count. There's been very little in the way of offense coming from the champ. Immediately trying to turn things around. I think Stratton rolls it out though.
Into timekeeper, but off the top.
Oh, that was great.
Into the post. Nia gets sent headfirst into the post.
Let me tell you that.
Yeah, good job, girlie.
Nia Jax was right on the top of the head. That's practically the impact of a pile driver into steel. And Nia Jax is wobbled all over the place.
This is the comeback that Tiffany Stratton's been looking for. The champ is flying. Crossbody to retain.
Nope, it wouldn't be that simple.
Just one big hit there from Tiffany Stratton has completely turned this match.
But good work, girlie. You're proving to her.
From the challenger. Well, this was pretty. Tiffany Stratton really can't do it all.
Nia Jax returns after some time away, with her sights set on Tiffany Stratton and reclaiming this championship.
Pop-up Samoan drop. Senton. Nia to get gold again, but that left shoulder gets up by Tiffany.
Just a staggering amount of force on that senton, especially there, knocking the stuffing out of the champ Tiffany Stratton just when it looked like Tiffany Stratton.
You know what? I feel like in Nia Jax's whole, like, you know, choice in coloring and the leopard print, I feel like this would associate more with B-Fab than her, because B-Fab can actually make that pattern work, because her red hair actually makes it match with her whole dynamic.
And the shoulder
So,
up by Nia.
instead of Nia Jax wearing that outfit, it should belong on BFAB.
Tiffany Stratton's come to her and trying to come up with something else. Legs superb effort, muscling up the challenger there. Getting close to a 3 count, but not close enough.
This is great stuff between these two, the current champ.
Not even if it was reverse. Reverse would make a difference. Yes, it would match the leopard print, but those like red sleeves that she has, it would just be so popped out and totally out of place. That's why it can't be reversed in this case. It would only work if the red was a darker shade. That's the only way it would work. Because you can reverse the colors and it'll match the leopard print then and stuff, but just having that red would just be totally out of place, and that's why it can't work in this situation. If it was a darker shade, then yes, it can totally work, but not if it's bright crimson like that.
Jax knows that, and Jax knows it's going to be something big if she's going to take the gold from Tiffany tonight.
But like I said, this outfit would work if it was on BFAB because her red hair is the perfect shade. And if she wore an outfit that had linings of leopard print, then it would totally work. Because it's not the first time that she did that look. She did similar looks like that in the past.
She's going to be back swinging before you know it.
Tiffany got me daydreaming during that ring attire.
Nia's trying to get her up into
She inspired me to do a lot of lace looks because Tiffany Stratton does a lot of looks that have to do with lace and that have to do with a lot of lace and glitter and polka dots.
All hopes were lost.
The body control way, the incredible body control.
What the heck?
In the middle
Naomi.
of the women's championship match, Naomi with a steal.
And Naomi changed her hair to red. Oh my God, she changed her hair to red.
She has said proceed with caution, and now with both of our championship spirited fighters laid out in the ring, she's on the apron with a steel chair. She's got company. The storms arrive. Jade Cargill. Oh, big kick.
After Naomi cussed Jade Cargill, the number one.
Have I ever seen Goldust? Of course I did. I know Goldust's outfit history. But he's a different story.
And that means this match continues.
Oh, Nia charges, and Tiffany gets out of the way.
That major distract has massively helped Strong.
She's going for it. Prettiest moonsault ever to retain.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Nobody has ever kicked out of Tiffany's prettiest moonsault. Nobody.
Yeah, that's bad. They're gonna come back. That's why. Jade Cargill and Naomi are gonna come back.
Jax, the first to survive it.
Nia Jax refusing to be denied this evening. There is something special driving Jax. She wants to.
Well, like I said, yeah, I know Goldust, but it's vague. But I'm aware of him and his crazy ways, to say the least. He has nice usage of blonde wigs, I'll just say that. Otherwise, I can't really remember much of his outfit attire, except for of course, yellow and black. But yellow and black are the obvious colors that go with each other.
Nia Jax has all the time in the world to come.
Samoan drop.
Oh boy.
Right up to the reinforced desk.
Naomi and Jade Cargill are going to come back. They ran out of the ring for a reason. Usually in those type of cases, they come back here.
This is a major championship match. Stratton's body has been wrecked.
Oh, she's going for the annihilator.
Oh no. She's, you got it, girly. Oh no. Rope grab.
Tiffany
you have a point there. Like, why has nobody done that? Why did it take someone this long to try that? Like, nobody else has ever think to do that. Okay, you have been annoying me all day, so.
Get back in here and finish the job. Oh, she's grabbing the chair that Naomi brought out. She's got the drop, kicks the chair right to her face.
Yay!
Just put the steel chair right
This is
to her
great.
face.
Yes.
Prettiest moonsault ever.
You've done it, girly. Yes, you did it. Yes. That was amazing, but it was about time somebody rope grabbed during, like, you know, Nia Jax's finisher, because literally they're so close to the ropes, and I can't believe it took me this long to realize, like, why hasn't nobody just grabbed the ropes when Nia Jax does her finishers? But this should be a lesson to her. This should be a lesson to her to don't do her moves so close to the ropes next time.
Tiffany Stratton retains, defeating Nia Jax.
I hope this is a valuable lesson for Nia Jax to not do her finisher so close to the ropes next time, because now that Tiffany Stratton has done that, any superstar can do that, and it'll be easy for them to win against that. Good job. That was a great one. This really, like, you know, for a match that I knew that Tiffany would win, because I was only, like, you know, betting on it depending on the time we had, and we only had like maybe 15 to 20 minutes, and I was like, oh, so yes, usually in those type of cases, there's definitely, like, you know, retaining, you know, a chance of the champion retaining, and I was right. But yeah, that was amazing, and everything else about tonight was good. It was, like, you know, better than Monday, to say the least. And it seems that for the next few weeks we'll be having nothing but qualifiers. I think we're going to just, like, you know, vaguely take a break from storyline matches, aside from Seth Rollins. Yeah, it seems like only Seth Rollins and half of Jacob Fatu are, like, you know, still going to be relevant during this whole pay-per-view, like, you know, the coming of the pay-per-view, but otherwise they're going to focus on the qualifying matches, and then, like, afterwards they'll do a real storyline depending on who the winner is. But until then, we have to see who won it. So next week is Julia and Charlotte versus Zelina Vega for the spot in the second spot of the qualifying match, and my pick is Julia, obviously, and Aleister Black, Shinsuke Nakamura, and LA Knight are the next for the men's spot, the second spot of the men's one. And I kind of have Aleister Black, but for some reason I think LA Knight might win this. So those are my two picks. Those are my two picks for next week, and I was so happy that we also, like, you know, got a legit confirmation that yes, John Cena will fight R-Truth. So I was happy about that. So that's something to look forward to next week, and hopefully that snaps him out of it. I hope, because they could, like, you know, drag the story a little bit longer if they want to, but I don't know if they would actually. But I don't mind if they do. But tonight was awesome, and thanks for watching, and as always, I'll be back Monday to deliver the goods, and if I see any news regarding to anything else that I find interesting, I'll definitely let you know. Peace out.